everyone, welcome back to FX Capital Analysis and Forecasting. Thank you for watching, and this week we're going to forecast and analyze for week 47. So we start with third week of November. Hopefully you guys keep the momentum and end this quarter with huge percentage. Okay guys, we're going to forecast top pair and wildcard. We're going to have 6 top pair and 3 wildcard. First pair, we will start with gold USD. In gold USD, you can see in high time frame price start create a bigger correction. This is the ray line from this area, and this ray line consider a ray line from the top and bottom of this correction. So what I expect how the gold move is gold going to correction in this area. Then we move to lower time frame, we can see price corrective and create a correction in this top and bottom of the structure. And we see what the price indicate in lower time frame. You can see price pull back momentum to the downside after the third touch of this area and move to the downside. So I'm still looking for sell setup for this pair because I can say there's a momentum move to the downside if however price able to move to the outside to create a bigger correction. We evolve within the price structure. So in this moment what I'm looking for is price create correction and make a third touch from this area. First I will set my and sell to the downside to 90% rules at least. So they will be set up for gold, very clean structure, forecast to the downside, and sell setup for this area. So there will be clean setup if the price show us the opportunity to sell to the downside after the third touch. Next we move to Australian dollar CHF. Australian dollar CHF, you can see in high time frame price in this descending channel break the little bit of descending channel trend line, and we move to downside. If we extend this trend line, we can see it's very familiar structure. Price impulse to the upside, pull back and create correction. So what I'm looking for this pair, be precise in 50 minutes, price create the correction. I will set alert in this area, and when the price approach this area, create an arc. I will set my entry order. Within 15 pips we able to sell through this area, and we able to cash this correction within our stop loss. The correction for this pack quite a small structure, that's what I like about it. The risk and reward is quite a big. So after we set my entry order, I will sell to the downside for this pack. In high time frame, we can see we have the opportunity price to come back for this area. See, for our time frame, if price come back to this correction, it will be massive percentage or of risk and reward. If price move to the upside, we cap our loss and let the price move. We trade our structure and our trading plan, and we follow our trading plan. Next we move to pound Canadian dollar. Pound Canadian dollar, we can see price at high time frame create a slightly symmetrical triangle. However, there's not like in a symmetrical triangle. However, we can see price now in the middle of structure, create a correction, price impulse, create a correction, and in 1 hour time frame we can see multi-touch of the area. You can see this is first touch, second touch, and approaching third touch, and expect continuation pattern move to the downside. I will set my alert in this area, and let the price move to the upside and trigger my alert. I will wait for any candlestick formation and the candlestick formation to move to the downside. Set my entry order in this area. The thought process of this forecasting quite a good structure. When the price approach this area, I will sell, move to the downside. If price break structure, I will wait. If any price moves again to the downside, take the reduced risk entry and sell to the downside. Okay guys, that's all for casting for this pair. Next we move to the next pair is British Pound Swiss Franc. In high time frame, you can see price at the middle of structure, impulse downside, momentum to the upside again, and we are at the degree of correction. In daily time frame, we can see price pull back from the third touch, very clean structure. When the price, when is it? This 11th of November, price pull back from the third touch. So we at the middle of correction. You can see if price wanted to set alert from this area, and I expect price to create an arc from this area. You can see clear arc in 15 minutes. So if price create an arc, alert triggered, I will set any candlestick formation, set my stop loss within the structure. I set 15. If 15 pips, you can see, let's say price at the 15 pips for our risk and pips for our stop loss, and ready to execute and move to the downside. So there will be the move that I will take for this pair. In the middle of structure, price impulse to the upside, pull back as we expected, and create a correction and move to the downside. Next we move to Pound New Zealand Dollar. Pound New Zealand Dollar, we can see at high time frame with the ascending channel, still not break the ascending channel. In lower time frame, similar situation. In 1 hour time frame, I expect price to move to the upside because you can see price create one big arc in this position, and at the end of it, price create descending channel, quite a strong buy position from this pair, but we must deal with possibility and probability for this pair. And already if the price move to the downside, the red line is coming from this bottom, and I will set alert, either set alert first in this trend line, and set my entry below this red line because we have possible price touch this area. Set our stop loss. Our size of stop loss depends on candlestick formation or the structure, and ready for long position or buy position. We have huge of percentage if price moves to the upside. Price create double up in this position. You can see one up, second up. You can say double top. Next we move to final pair. In top pair, you can see Pound USD. If we see the structure, quite an expanding structure. This is the area of red line that have important point. So what I expect price is move to the downside after this touch from this area and continue the correction. In 1 hour, we can see price sell this position from the third touch last week. See first touch, second touch. At the touch, quite tricky if you don't have experience, but it's quite familiar from in community that we understand that price will break through, pull back, create a correction. In 50 minutes we can say quite a clean correction. If you're able to take this position from this area, this correction, or this correction, if you're not able to take, you might able to take from this area and move to the downside. So there will be the setup. This pair, what I'm looking for is price might able to sell straight away from this area or this area, but I'm really looking forward to set my stop entry order when the market open at this candlestick formation, at the exact body of candlestick formation. Stop loss might be need to be adjusted about 28 pips and sell to the downside. So there will be the move I will take from pound USD and sell to the downside. That's all for top pair. Next we move to our wildcard. We got 3 wildcard, and 3 wildcard we can see CAD CHF. CAD CHF show us symmetrical triangle. I expect price to sell through downside to the 90% rules in 1 hour time frame. I want to see price continue with the symmetrical triangle. You can see price already create ascending channel in this area. See price, I want to price to approach this area. I will set my alert this area, pound USD. Sorry, we back at pound USD. I set my alert from this area. If you want to know more where I set my alert, so we move back to Canadian dollar Swiss franc. Set my alert at this area. We wait price to pull back and buy position. Buy this position in this area and move to the upside. My stop loss will be below the structure and move to the upside. This will be my setup for Canadian dollar for next week. We got few days move to the downside, because move to the downside we got 100 pips, nothing, about 2 to 3 days move to 100 pips. Next we move to Euro USD. Euro USD, you can see price at this correction, bigger correction. You can see the you study the price action. Price move to this area. I want to price to move to the downside. And in 1 hour time frame, price create in the middle of ascending channel, still not perfect of ascending channel, but we have the in the middle of the structure. If price keep corrective, move to the upside and move to, and touch this area, set my alert from this area, and my candlestick, my entry order will be here, minimum target will be here, 30% rules, and ready to execute and move to the downside. Very simple explanation. We trade similar strategy, nothing surprise. So that's all for Euro USD. Final pair is Euro Canadian dollar. Euro Canadian dollar, we can see price in this area, middle of structure. You see first touch, second touch, and price is still at the middle of structure. You can see in 1 hour time frame. In 1 hour time frame, we want the price to approach this area. Set my alert and ready move to the downside, sell position this area. So this will be the setup for this pair. I'm happy to execute this price approaching and make a multi-touch, one touch, second touch, third touch, and move to the downside. Okay guys, that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. We at the week 47. We almost end our 2020. Hopefully you guys very well. If you guys still not consistent and still in negative, just focus on your routine and follow the strategy and be patient, because this is a emotional this is emotion game, so you guys need to stay longer and get experience to make profit in trading. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and follow our Instagram. Goodbye.